All right, so a little pep talk for you. If you're on the live voice chat this past Thursday, this is a reiteration of what I was sharing in the beginning there. But it's really, really important right now to listen, to be present, and to hone in on what is true inside yourself and live from that place and speak from that place and think from that place and feel from that place and navigate the circumstances around us from that place and live from that highest, deepest truth. There's a lot of coercion coming from the mainstream media right now. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of shaming. There's a lot of blaming. There's a lot of guilt tripping happening in the mainstream media right now. And whenever I feel that kind of energy coming from an individual or a group of individuals or an institution, I immediately sense there's something there that's not true, that's not aligned, that's not connected to the deepest essence of what we truly are. It's not connected to the deepest truth. Because if it is, there's just no reason to behave that way. There's no reason to operate from that kind of strategy and that kind of dynamic. You're basically operating, you're treating people as a means to an end. You want to get to some other place that's not here and now, where here and now is where it's at. Here and now is where the sacred is. Here and now is where the divinity is. Here and now is where God is. Here and now is where we are. We're only ever here and now. So when I feel this energy, it's a red flag, right? It's like a sign that that's not coming from a place of alignment. That's not coming from a place of truth. So just to really be aware of that, because I hear a lot of people right now telling me that, for example, they didn't want to take the vaccine, but they took it because they felt pressured to, whether it was because from their parents or from their job or from, their social circle, etc. And same thing with masks, and same thing with blah blah blah. All these different things of the new normal, right? And it's like whatever the consequences are, there is no alternative to living from your truth. There is no alternative to living from your truth, whatever that is for you. And I have no judgment about what the best option is for you or what's right for you. But whatever that is for you, hone in and live by that truth, whatever that is for you. And don't do something because you're being pressured to by any outside agency, whether it's your wife or your husband or your children or your job or your boss or whoever it is. Do not be altered, do not be veered, do not be steered from the truth of what's inside for you, and live from that truth. And I promise you, if you live from that truth, no matter what the circumstances are, even if it means, I can't fly to this country anymore, or I can't go to this baseball game anymore, or I can't go to this concert anymore, or whatever it is, if you just stick to the truth that's inside yourself and you live by that truth, you feel free inside, regardless of the external temporary circumstances, and they're always temporary. You feel free inside, you feel liberated inside. You are deeply in love with yourself because you're living what is true for you, regardless of the temporary circumstances, regardless of what happens or doesn't happen. You feel a sense of harmony, you feel at peace inside yourself, you feel empowered, you feel fully empowered. And like I was talking about with somebody who was commenting yesterday, what this is really about is fully empowering each other. You know, turning toward each other and fully empowering each other, because we have access to the entire universe inside us, the power of the entirety of the universe inside us. So accessing it, opening up to it, empowering ourselves, and not having our energy ciphered and having ourselves disempowered by giving our energy over to other institutions, other individuals that don't have our best interests in mind, but have their own best interests in mind. And when we do that, here's the best part. We find our new community. We find our new tribe. We find the people that are also dedicated to the path of living their truth. We find the people that are also dedicated to the path of living from their own deepest place of authenticity. We find the people that are also in a place of learning to love themselves, of learning to be fully empowered, of learning to be liberated and free, and celebrate the full expression of who they are moment by moment. We start to find each other. But we only start to find each other when we live from this place of truth. Because the more we become connected to the truth of who we are, the more we become connected to ourselves, the more we become a whole person that's in love with themselves and in love with the truth of who they are, the freedom of who they are, then we connect and we resonate those people back to us that are on this path as well. And that's the seeds of this new community that's coming together. That's the seeds of this new tribe that's coming together. So out of all that's happening, there's this refinement process of us finding each other, connecting together, and co-creating together. That is exciting.